China calls these Uyghur parents terrorists without evidence, but they say they just want to be with their children again. China responded to CNN report on separated Uyghur families. CNN: the three Uyghur parents who publicly appealed to Beijing to let their children leave China have been accused, without evidence, of child abandonment and terrorism by the Chinese government. In separate statements, all three denied the allegations and called on Chinese authorities to allow their families to reunite. In March, CNN revealed the stories of two Uyghur families torn apart by Beijing's crackdown in Xinjiang in the country's far west. The United States, which have labeled China's treatment of Uyghurs as genocide, says up to 2 million Uyghurs 2 million Uyghurs and other Muslim minorities have been sent to internment camps in the region since 2017. Beijing strongly rejects any claims of human rights abuses in Xinjiang and insists that its actions are justified to combat religious extremism and prevent terrorism. Manutan Abdulrahim, who lives in Australia, said he has been apart from his wife and two children for 5 years after she became trapped in Xinjiang following a routine trip home to Kashgar to renew her travel document. The children now live separately with their grandparents in Xinjiang. Manutan thought his wife had been sent to the detention center. Manutan, his daughter Muhulis, his wife Muhellem, and their young baby boy in Malaysia in 2015. From their home in Italy, Avlikim Mamtinin and his wife Mihi Liban Kadel said they had to flee China in 2016, afraid that Mihi Liban would face forced abortion and sterilization after she became pregnant with their sixth child. The couple left their four eldest children behind as they were told it would be too risky to try to apply for visas for the entire family. Once in Italy, they are able to obtain Italian visas for the children, now aged between 12 and 17. But the siblings were stopped by authorities in Shanghai in June 2020 when they tried to pick up the documents at the consulate. All four children are then put into a state-owned orphanage in their hometown of Peijawat, where the Chinese government says they are leading a normal life and attending local schools. In a trip to Xinjiang in March, CNN tracked down both sets of children. Manutan's 10-year-old daughter, Muhu Lise, broke down in tears when asked about her parents. "I don't have mom with me right now. I don't have my dad either. I just want to be reunited with them," she said. CNN also spoke to the second oldest child of Avli Kim and Muhi Liban, Yeha, in a video call. He said he wanted to be reunited with his parents, and during the call could be seen being coached by the boys off camera. The four siblings, Jumalyam, Yeha, Muhammad, and Shihid, hold up a sign saying, "Mom, Dad, we miss you," after their state-run orphanage in Xinjiang in 2021. CNN asked the Chinese government for the response to the family claims on March 15 ahead of the article's publication, but received no answer. CNN sent the government detailed follow-up questions on March 22nd ahead of the story's broadcast, but again received no response. But in a one-page statement sent to CNN on April 2nd, the Chinese government accused all three parents living outside China of having extremist religious beliefs and abandoning their children by refusing to return to Xinjiang. Uyghurs and other ethnic minorities often say they fear immediate detention upon their return. The Chinese government said that Mahmutan's wife Muharrem, the only one of the four parents currently inside China, had been sentenced to 9 years in prison for inciting ethnic hatred, alleging that she was influenced by her husband's extremist religious views. Authorities did not provide any evidence for their claims or any additional details of Muharrem's conviction. Both sets of parents vehemently denied the accusations by Chinese authorities. "We would never abandon our children, but the Chinese government did not let them come to us," said Mihiriban and Avlikim in a statement. Mihiliban, Kader, Mamtinin, Avlikim, and their three younger children in Italy in 2021. "Bring our children back to us. Uyghurs who live overseas take great risk to speak out on allegations of human rights abuses by the Chinese government in their homeland. Often it means their relatives in Xinjiang are paraded in state television by Chinese authorities seeking to discredit them." After CNN spoke to 10-year-old Muhlise, Chinese state broadcaster CGTN held an interview with the young girl where she said she and her younger brother are happy living in their grandparents. The children's grandfather told CGTN that his son Mamutan needed to come back home to raise his own children. Mamutan said the Chinese government claims that he was a terrorist were laughable, and he argued Beijing to free his wife. "For years, Muharrem's precious life have vanished just for her ethnicity and religion," he said in a post to Twitter. "Today marks the fourth year of my wife Muharrem's arbitrary detention. She was detained in a concentration camp in Kashgar on 15 April 2017. The 4 years of Muharrem's precious life vanishes just for her ethnicity and religion. I repeat my demand for China to release her." Following CNN's broadcast of the story, a video of Mihlivan and Avlikim's eldest child, Jumelem, 17, appeared on Twitter, in which she said her parents had abandoned her and her siblings. In an edited clip, Jumelem said she didn't want to leave Xinjiang. "I like everything and everyone here. I live very well here. and my life is really colorful and happy every day, she said. CNN later learned that the children were repeatedly interrogated after CNN's attempt to visit them. In particular, the children were reprimanded for taking a photo showing themselves with a sign in Chinese that said, "Mom, Dad, we miss you," which appeared in CNN's story. In its statement to CNN, the Chinese government said that Mihir Livan and Abelikim were key members of the violent terrorist group without providing any evidence, and that they had brainwashed and trained the other members of their organization. Mihir Livan and Abelikim said if they had any extremist religious views, Italy wouldn't have granted them asylum. We refuse the Chinese government's baseless accusations and we demand them to bring our children back to us. That is the only request we have, they said in a statement. During a session of the Foreign Affairs Committee in the Italian Parliament on April 8, Italy's Undersecretary for Foreign Affairs Manlino Di Stefano said the four children have valid visas and the country's embassy in Beijing is ready to receive them. Di Stefano said the Italian government were trying to resolve the delicate issue and reunited the family. The case deserves the maximum attention, he said.